loop back into what you're saying, can we change? If people understood that we still have the power at this point, right? And you can still, because it's commerce. And if you shut down a company by not buying their product or expose what they're doing, even when they make a mistake, they have to reckon that because they have a legal consequence still today. They can't get away with all of it. They may have lawyers to shove it under the rug or to spend a bunch of money. So you can't really fight them. And that's one of the big things is if you try to fight, they have more money and bigger lawyers. Yep. And they just bankrupt the person trying to fight. So you can't fight the big companies. That's one of the big challenges we have as consumers. But when we start making decisions, slowly but surely, we're changing the economic engine. And, they have to respond to that. The market will respond to that. And a lot of people don't have that hope. But I have that hope because I see it happening. I see it happening with certain chemicals. With the BHA, what was it? The BPA receipts, right? They lied to us and they turned it to a different bisphenol, right? That was still toxic, but they changed it because the BPA was bad, but it had the other bisphenol in there that still causes infertility and like all the other problems. But you can move the needle by complaining and changing and saying, hey, I'm at risk here, guys. I'm at target, right? So you can speak up, but I think it's hard, right? Because you don't want to be judged. You don't want to be judgmental, which is the opposite of what I'm doing. I'm like, before I was a judgmental person, more judgmental, right? But now I want to be less so. So I'm careful too, because I know that, you don't want to be crying wolf all the time and then no one's going to listen to you.
Yeah. And when you bring these things up, you get a lot of skeptics. You get a lot of people say it's fear-mongering. You get a lot of people saying different things. I've seen this a lot, especially from the scientific community. So I'd love to hear you're a scientist, former scientist, and the idea of correlation does not imply causation. And I've seen that so much when you take a toxin, you connect it to some disease or something like that, and anyone could rip apart the research,
any
right?
To any disease, right? That's the thing. Like if I want to, I can, right? Because they are all connected. So many things. You can connect water, right? And that's where the other don't believe the fear-mongering community comes from, but they're connected to big pharma. They're connected to that side and publicly so. They get busted for it. And then their following is like, what? I thought you were on my team, but you're connected to this, right? And so it is not, I don't think it's fear-mongering because I'm not fearful of it. I just want to do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
What's the best thing I can do within the capacity of where I'm at mentally, emotionally, physically? I'm going to continue to grow. And again, I'm an athlete, right? So it's easier for me. That's not easy for everybody. So when you hear a video, it's not fear-mongering, right? This is factual-based stuff that you can choose to easily change or not based on your fatal convenience in your life. I'm giving him a lot of plug, so that's good. He's got a great book.
Aaron's a great guy. He deserves the plugs. He's doing a great job with it.
And I've had a couple people. I've been on other podcasts that he's been on, and they bring him up all the time, and we're on this. But it doesn't matter. Like you can live the life that you want to live, and as long as you're happy and you're good and you love what you're doing. And I mean, there's other aspects to living besides avoiding toxins. And it's true. And a lot of people write me and say, Warren, you're fear-mongering. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just identifying. And the people who follow me definitely back me on this. He's just identifying it. He's not telling you what to do. So I should construct my videos and my content to be funny and insightful and educational and I do that through testing and hard work and thinking about it. And I have like literally spinning in my brain, how can I bring this content so people laugh and get to see it, but at the same time in their unconscious mind, they're making change if they're listening, right? So the next time at the grocery store, they'll make a decision. Even if they thought I was fear-mongering, they're not going to grab those straws. They're going to buy the stainless steel. They don't think that I created change, but I did, because everything that I say and you hear and whoever's listening to this, it's in your brain. I'm essentially brainwashing, if you will. Someone's brainwashing you. TV's brainwashing you. Media's brainwashing you. I'm sharing true things. Stainless steel straws is the only way to go, right?
Yeah.
When sounds like my last video. It's like, that's it. You know, the glass straws, the paper straws, they have PFAS. What the hell are they doing in glass straws? I don't know. Like, but it's stainless steel. And then there's no lead in stainless steel. That's someone just asked that the other day. But so there is this effect that you share truth, do the research as best as you can, but you can find research on both sides. It's really funny, right? Yes. I tend to go with, as a scientist, I look at the research and I'm like, there's definitely a connection. And what's really a connection is all the stuff adding up, right, inside of your body. There's none of that that's being involved. So making these small decisions on a daily basis to improve your life, it's slowly turning the lights on brighter and brighter. Your hormones come online more. Your testosterone comes up more. Your vision can change literally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. There's can be these shifts. And someone says I'm fear-mongering. I'm okay with that. Like, and that's their perspective, but I still got you, right? Yeah. You still heard what I had to say. And whether you liked it or not, it's going to affect you. So you have a responsibility. This is one of the reasons I didn't want to get on social media. You have a massive responsibility in the things you share because it's going to affect people's lives, regardless of how they judge you or what they are. Both sides, you're affecting their lives, and you really want to find the best way to share that information so that it has a gentle impact. It gently moves them in a better decision-making process. Because if we don't, eventually, we do have the Armageddon of health in this environment. Like we can't be doing this for the next, 1,000 years. It's going to come to a head.
No. And as someone that's witnessed so many patients from so many different areas of life come in and basically thinking they're living healthy lives, and then you start to run the blood analysis, you start to see the numbers on these things of heavy metals, on these, different types of toxins that end up inside the bodies that are absolutely connected to so many different conditions. You see the levels. And like you said, it's the barrel method of how many drops go into your bucket before it overflows, and then you start seeing symptoms. Some of us have bigger buckets than others. That's our genetic predisposition. So someone that can smoke cigarettes for a while, you're ingesting tons of toxins. But the person that, has a few and gets sick because of it, just different barrels right there.
And what they're born with, right?
Yes.
Genetically.
And what they come into, which we're seeing more and more. If you even take, just the analysis of what babies are born with these days, right? The placentas, contain so many chemicals these days.
It's super nasty.
It's wild. It's wild that we're living
that's
in
okay.
this day.
I don't understand how that's okay. Like, I don't understand. I guess I do, but ugh.
No, again, it's the convenience of it all.